Greetings. Welcome back. Today we're playing more Factorio. And we're gonna chat generally about channel things, I think. Okay. Ow. Okay, there we go. My headphones got caught. Last time we had finished up all the stations. Now we need to put in the miners at all the stations and build up the walls. So let's take a look at what we're carrying here. I need this. How many of those as we can get? And oh, I already have a request for walls. I need more walls. I need all of the walls. And probably 2 stacks of gates. I'm probably gonna need those pipes. I think I'm good on those blueprints, but I'm not sure. I might want to keep hold of the blueprints. Here comes all of the stuff. We're going to be going all out when it comes to building this up. I should probably request one stack of that. Okay. Don't need the train signals on here or the station anymore. Put down the belts and the undergrounds up here. Power poles. Grabbers and the pipes. Oh, you become number 4. There we go. Okay. The construction and deconstruction over there. And then on the second row, you're going to be laser turrets and walls and gates, that and boxes. Combinators and boxes right there. You got 2 spots open. Okay. Let's see. Still hurting for red chips. A little bit of a surplus going on right there. We need green and red cabling. We need more green cabling than red cabling. Oh, we can get chips right here. Okay. Okay, and now we have copper cabling coming back. Cool. So now I'm filling up my cabling in case I need to connect. Greetings, Mr. Venture. Welcome, welcome. I'm waiting for cabling to connect. To arrive. I'm gonna put this through. Yay! Jump. Okay, cool. Now, did that show up? It did show up there. It did show up there. Huh, but it did not show up here. Okay. I have more tweaking to do with my little foxes, I think. Okay. I'm going to go out to the furthermost base out here and get that one set up with defenses, I think, and then work our way back with bases and defenses. That seems like the proper thing to do. No train. Oh, okay. Didn't get hit by a train. Success. Okay, we're going all the way out to the outskirts out here, and we're gonna lay down proper defenses so that I don't have to worry about biters. I love the colors of the alien world. Okay, that one does need to be defended, but that's not the furthermost point. The one that really needs to be defended is out here. This one right here. Okay, let's do it like these. And grab that. need to go ahead and connect all the pump jacks while we are here. There we go. Bam and bam. Okay. Oh, I need grenades, don't I? There's a train out of gas again. Of course there is. Where's it? That one. Okay. Let's do this. That way I can get that and that out of my inventory. What else can I get out of my inventory? Did I pick up rocks and wood? Oh no, I'll pick up this rock and wood. Going to do this. So that I don't miss anything. Okay, and then coal and no, keep coal. Delete the wood. Where's this train out of gas at? Of course, it's right there. Okay. Before I can lay defenses, I must go fix train. So we shall walk again back to the base. This will also give me a good point to note where I need to enter and exit the base at. I have a car somewhere. Where's car? Here's car. Let's go get car. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's go fix the train. It's still these sulfuric acid trains that are causing problems. I don't know why they're not filling up with gas. You marked black. Okay, I guess you are. Okay. Trains are moving again. Now we can get in the car and drive out to the outside of the base and start putting up defenses. Okay. To the outskirts. You know, I didn't get grenades. I need grenades. We need to get a stack of grenades. No, wait. Car, come back. Hit the wrong button. Come back, car. Stop. Okay, and then... Ooh, so much stuff in the car. No grenades, though. Okay. Actually, I have to get out of the car and walk into the logistics area of the base. I don't think there's any spot on the belt where I could rebalance that properly. Is that being fulfilled? The grenade request? Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't think there's any place where I can really rebalance this belt. I mean, I guess I could do it right here. Okay. Let us... Oh, no, I still need that request on there. Just not as much. Oh no, I probably still need 1K of that. Okay. What do I not need with me right at the moment that I can ditch? Ditch that and ditch this. That on there. And now we'll be rebalancing the belt, hopefully, to where it's gonna fill up the entire thing, both sides, with shells a lot faster. Okay, and now I have grenades. And grenades are gonna be useful for deleting the cliffs out there by the outermost base. I shouldn't need a whole lot of them. Okay. Now we are off for base defense. Dodging rocks. Yay! And trees. And water. How did I just crash into water? Oops, that's a tree. Oh, let me out. Really? I hate the stacking slowdown debuff of the acid that can't be like avoided. Greetings, welcome. And in fact, we're just gonna reload the autosave, I think. This is just easier. That one's in hand. Bit of that. Put that there. What else did I get rid of? I get rid of a stack of these. Change that request down to 100. Give it 2 stacks of those. Get rid of this. And we'll increase this by a stack. There we go. Waiting for robots to arrive. Where are they? Are they coming? Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. Bringing me explosives. There we go. Okay, back out to the outskirts. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and save this as part 25. See, that time they didn't all stack everything directly on top of it. And it was good. Now, take care of this. And this. And that. And then we've got some stone here too. Delete. Might still need a few more grenades out here. That's okay though. You and you. Need to be deconstructed. Okay. Where's the car? Let's just go grab a few more grenades to get those cliffs out of the way. We would follow the rail tracks straight back to base. I think the base is actually up into this would lead direction. Really? One rock right in the middle of nowhere? Really? Two rocks right in the middle of nowhere? Okay. That and that and that. And now we wait for the arrival of the rest of the stuff. We're doing pretty good with roboports. We're getting the trickle of robots that are taking things away. Ah, here is my grenades. I'm liking the amount of ammo that we're getting right here. We're getting much closer to like a fully saturated belt of shells. I need to redo the dragon's teeth around the outside of the... I'm trying to turn the car again. Around the outside of the base as well. Okay. Oops. Okay, and then this way. Right here. Okay, cool. That should be enough for what I'm doing. Okay. I can't build across. Okay. How big does this complex have to be? I think we're gonna come straight down through here with it. I need this. Is that clear? It does. We'll just start it like right here. You know what? That doesn't actually function the way that I want it to. Okay, now, when I look at this blueprint, I need that to not be there. Huh. Greetings! Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to figure out my wall design here. Okay, so I need an extra one of those guys. Then that. But instead of this, we do that. Delete that. And we'll make a blueprint with this, I think. I mean, that works. That'll get the wall design put down. Okay. So now with that there, we will just... No, the light goes back. Light stays. The wall design here along the outside part can go away. And this becomes a gate. Really? Okay, where's the rail? And we'll take up the last on that. There we go. And we'll pick up these and run this much. Why? It keeps picking up that one. Oh my gosh. There we go. The hitbox on that guy is something else. Okay. Okay, so there's that wall installed, and You need to go across here with gates. We'll delete that. In order to do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we've installed gate along this first wall here, and now we're just going to gate off this entire facility, I think. We'll look at that later. Right now, we're just gonna gate this off. So we're gonna go here and then up and then over, yeah, like that. Okay. Now the outermost part of the wall needs to be right here. Go ahead and just lay this down like that. Okay, and now okay. Let's go get more wall. Looker Studio. I've never heard of Looker Studio. Don't know what that is. I've been spending the past couple of days learning more about the YouTube algorithm and making a plan for the channel for the upcoming year. And ignoring general advice that people are giving, because there's a lot of people out there that are giving just absolute shit advice when it comes to like doing, I have a car, why did I walk? I don't know. But when it comes to like doing things, there's a lot of people out there just giving horrible advice. And I'm like, how can you call yourself helping people if like this is the kind of advice that you're getting? And it's interesting because I follow a lot of different YouTubers, but when I'm looking at the biggest channels on YouTube and I'm looking at the advice that the bigger YouTubers give out, everybody tells you, oh, keep going with it, don't give up. Like, there's an audience out there for your channel, no matter what your channel is. There's an audience out there for you. And that is true. There's a lot of people who have no personality that sit there and just stare at the screen, never say a word, like their entire live stream. Just sit there, they don't talk to their audience, they don't do anything. They just sit there and they stare at the game and they play the game in silence for hours and hours and hours. There's a lot of people that do that. and they have people that watch them. And the longer that goes on, the more people they get. It's just a little bit of a slower growth when you don't really engage with your audience or have any kind of plan or anything. But there's been a lot of channels that pop up with people that have like 20,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. And they got to that milestone pretty quickly. Like inside of a year, they got to like 100,000. And then they just stopped growing. And they've been at like 100,000 for like the past 3 years. And then they're putting out videos like, well, if you don't see explosive growth on your channel in like the first 3 months, you should probably just stop making YouTube videos or streaming, because you're never going to get popular. I'm like, that is horrible advice. That is literally the worst advice that you can give. The only reason that I can see for someone to say that to an aspiring creator is because you want them to not compete with you. Like you don't want their channel to compete with yours, so you're trying to advise them to quit. There's literally no other reason to tell a person that, oh, it doesn't matter if this is what you want to do, or if this is, even if this is a hobby, that if you haven't gone viral in like your first 3 months, you should quit. That is absolutely stupid. And I've seen that sentiment along these middling channels, like 100K is not super successful when it comes to YouTube. Now, when you have people like Mr. Beast out there that are showing you what the upper limit of things can be, but to tell aspiring creators that, oh, if you haven't gone viral in 3 months, you should just quit? What the hell kind of advice is that to give to an aspiring creator? Like, that is just, yeah, that kind of shit pisses me off when it comes to these like guru creator guys that are out there. I probably don't need this whole thing right here. We can get away with that. But yeah, and there's so many of these channels out there that are just giving this kind of advice, and I'm like, that is literally the worst advice. So they delete that. In fact, I should probably park this on the outside. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and that's the thing. When you look at the people who are successful on YouTube, they are exactly the people who did not give up. Like, I don't even understand how you can tell someone to do that. Or to tell someone that they're untalented, which is another piece of advice that I've seen. Like, oh, you may need to consider that you just like aren't talented enough to like be an entertainer. Like, really? You want to walk the road of famous entertainers who were told they were not talented enough to be an entertainer? Because this is a hell of a long list. And not just in the VTubing community, the amount of musicians that were told they would never make it in the industry because they have a horrible singing voice is astronomical. The amount of movie stars who were told you're not pretty enough to be an actor that went on to become some of the best actors in history. Astronomical. Like, the amount of like VTubers that were told, no, you're never gonna make it because you just don't have like the you're not like a professional voice actor. Like, it's amazing how many people were told that and are now some of the biggest voices on the platform. Hell, look into the backstory of Mr. Beast. If you want a story about a guy who was told he was never gonna succeed, take a look at Mr. Beast's backstory, cause it's there. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you do need to be prepared for what is involved with a career like a YouTube career. I do absolutely agree with that. There's a lot of people who are just not prepared for what is involved with doing this kind of stuff. But if you know exactly what you were getting into, I mean, it's basically just show business. Why am I... Oh. I'm like, why am I not connected? No, I didn't put one right here. Okay. I'm probably going to have to manually... There we go. Now I can just run it. I can just run it if I actually place them right next to the wall where they belong. Now I can just run it. But yeah, like the amount of people that were told like, give up, you're never gonna succeed, and then succeeded simply because they never gave up, like, yeah. Like, if all you're going to put is that kind of negativity out into the community, like, you do not need to be making that kind of content in the community. Because all you are doing is hurting people. Okay. So we're gonna go to about right here, I think. I am out of walls, aren't I? Okay, I can go ahead and get the blueprint for the walls laid down, I think. Yeah, we'll go like this. Oh yeah. I mean, there are so many things that are, when you look at the metrics, should not have succeeded. And it's the same with like, because I can recall a couple of stories right off the bat, or of people who were told they were never going to make it, and then became like superstars. And it goes back to like a lot of people don't know who Jim Neighbors is. A lot of the current like younger generation are not familiar with Jim Neighbors and the things that he was famous for. But he was an actor and a singer that was told he was never gonna make it by people like Simon Cowell, because he did not have the voice for television, and he didn't have the face for television, and that he would never make it as an actor. And then he starred on the Andy Griffith Show back in the day as Gomer Pyle, and then had his own spin-off TV show. Not only that, dude became an opera singer. I'm like, this is the dude that you thought couldn't make it because he didn't have the face for TV? Like, come on now. Let's see, who else is a megastar that was told that they were never going to make it? Taylor Swift was told by some of her first producers that she would never be that she would never be popular. Yeah, we'll see. I bet that guy doesn't have a job now. Like the guy, how are you gonna mess up that bad? Who else has recounted stories like that? George Clooney has recounted stories like that, of being told that he wasn't talented enough to make it. Inside the VTuber space, there's a lot of them that were recounting stories like that. I forget what her was. It Kiryu Coco, I believe. If you don't, there's drama that's been in VTubing since the beginning of VTubing, and yeah, Ernest Borgnine, another good man. That guy was a great actor. But yeah, like you can't judge how successful a person is going to be based on what you perceive as their failure. Because the world is full of stories of people who just failed over and over and over and over, and they never saw it as any kind of a failure. Look, you know what is a failure? These fucking chains. Just this one chain. There's one chain that keeps running out of gas. Where is this chain? Where is this chain? I'm gonna smack it. It's just right here. It's always sulfuric acid. Oh my gosh. I almost got hit by that copper train. This one chain. This one chain is sadness. Where'd it go? Where is chain? Oh, it's all the way up there. Okay. I thought it was just right down here. I'm like, I'm going to like fix the train. But then it wasn't. Okay. People still bringing me things? Nope. Okay. Let's go fix train. I need a little bit of coal. Like a stack of coal. Give me a stack of coal. Bring me the coal, robots. I should be able to program the robots to deliver coals to the train. That should be a thing I should be able to do. Where are my coal robots? Is that you? Oh, yep, here they come. I need to finish covering my base in Roboport coverage. I need to install them down through the train station. But yeah, telling somebody, oh, like you should stop making content because I don't think you're successful is a horrible message to be sending out into the world, because you're just factually wrong on the subject. Hell, look at Fran Fine. Yeah. Looking at like popular VTubers too. Like Kiryu Coco was not a success when she started. She got a lot of hate when she first launched, and then she got hired by HoloLive, and then she got canceled by an entire country and was forced to quit, and then went independent. I can fix this. And then got hired by VShojo, and now she's like huge on VShojo with her original like model again. Let's see. That there. That works. That looks a little better. Okay. We will roll with that. If you don't know the Kiryu Coco situation, she was a very influential... Yeah. Like, the initial hints that people were bringing out about her being untalented, I'm like, are you even looking at the same person? Because I remember when that controversy hit, before she joined HoloLive, I remember the entire controversy that happened with China and Hong Kong, that led to her ultimately retiring from HoloLive, and her picking up her original model and rejoining VShojo as Kason. Like, yeah. It's crazy. If there's anything that I will, like any like company that I will say has probably the most talented livers that I've seen that have been through absolute shit, it is VShojo. Like, I think VShojo is probably one of the best library companies out there. And all of their talents, every single one of those ladies has been through absolute shit to get to where they are today. Am I at a wall again? I'm at a wall again. I need all of the wall. Back to pick up more wall. Oh, I should probably fix this chain while I'm out here. Because it's just right up here. It's alive! But stupid, because it's not picking up fuel for some reason. But yeah, like, if you ever want a collection of people who were told, you know, you're never gonna be able to do this because of such and such thing about who you are. Like, just look at anybody in VShojo. Yeah, Iron Mouse. Like, oh, you're never, like, you have a serious life-threatening medical condition. You're never going to be able to be a singer or an entertainer like you wanted to be. And now she's literally, like, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. Like, she's on the top 10 list. And I'm like, not bad for a girl that's too sick to leave her house. Like, kind of ruling the world there. Zentrea. Like, you're never gonna be able to be a world-class entertainer if you don't come out and talk into your microphone. Well, she proved all of them wrong. Even people like Mr. Beast, who I've seen a lot of the advice that Mr. Beast gave out about becoming successful on YouTube, and it's interesting looking at Mr. Beast and where he came from, because when he started, he didn't have like all of the institutional knowledge about YouTube and how it works and everything. And the only reason, and this is from Mr. Beast himself, the only reason that he is successful is because he put his nose to the grindstone and he studied what it takes to be successful on YouTube. And he had a group of like 4 or 5 guys that all they did every day was study analytics and how to be successful, and then they went out and tried stuff and they checked to see if it was, or if it wasn't, then they tried something else, and when they found something that was, they just kept going with it. And then they tried to iterate and find out, hey, well, if we change that and do this, will this also be successful? And they just kept going with it. And like, I think Mr. Beast also has the kind of like solution to burnout, because I see a lot of people who come in and are fairly entertaining and they get explosive growth on their channel right at the start, and then a year later they quit, citing things like burnout or I didn't expect this to be a job. If you come into this YouTube thing looking for dollar signs, you are going to quit. Like that's happened with everybody I've seen that have started this a YouTube journey looking for fame and fortune. You're not gonna find it if that is what your goal is. You're going to get burnout. You're going to quit. If you do find the popularity that you need to get a kickstart on your channel, and all you're looking for is fame, you're gonna quit when you realize how much work is involved in doing this. If you don't find it immediately, then not finding your fame and fortune immediately is probably what's gonna make you quit. But if that's what your goal is, like 100% of the time is what I'm seeing is people are just quitting. Really, there's a gap. There's a gap. This needs to be like one little block over from where it is. Yeah, it's like people just like they're not prepared for the amount of work that's involved with doing things, and they think it's going to be easy when it really isn't. There's a gap right here too. Okay. What I'm gonna do here. That. And we will just solidify the corner right there. Actually, we could just leave it. We could just leave it like that. Bring the gap to the very corner part right there. I changed my mind. We'll just fill it in like that. Oh no, I need to be on the outside of this wall. I suppose I could run the power lines appropriately. Yeah. And it's just, yeah, I think telling somebody, oh, you need to quit is just bad advice. Like, it's horrible, horrible, horrible advice. That there. That there. And place of toes. That and that there. Oh, look how perfect that laid down there. That's really good. Bam, just like that. And now run the power. Okay, and then run the power across here. Why are we getting double lays on there? There we go. That's a lot better. Booyah. Yeah, and that's the big thing right there. You gotta do what you love doing. There we go. Aha. Why is this not matching up with that? Did I redesign this? Huh. Huh. Did I redesign the dragon teeth outside of the wall? Looks like I might have. Okay, okay. Let's delete that and make a new dragon teeth design. Okay, I think we can. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Delete you, delete all of this. And we'll delete this. How'd I miss that one? Then that. And we will remove this, and now we can just connect this together, and then I can go back and repair the rest of the design there. Oh no, okay. So the idea behind this is an old like military design called Dragon's Teeth. The idea here is to prevent things from being able to walk straight up and eat the wall. I want them to get caught on geometry while the lasers cut them to ribbons. That is the purpose of the dragon teeth. Maximizing sales using TikTok. I've seen those kind of courses and things pop up all the time for people who want to call themselves like social media experts and whatnot. And like you can't predict. It's people that are following trends. And yeah, you can get a little bit of success by following trends, but you're never going to be able to predict virality, right? What makes something viral is not really something you can predict. Nobody's ever been able to do it before. What makes you think you can train somebody in how to go viral on something? And if you want success from something like TikTok, what you're gonna need is to eventually go viral. Okay, this part is wrong. And every time a new trend emerges, this is the funny thing, is that I've seen this on YouTube in the amount of time that I've been on YouTube. Every time a new trend emerges and someone gets really popular for doing a new thing, everybody wants to Dragon Gate. It might. I've always heard this particular thing referred to as Dragon's Teeth, but it might. The official name might be Dragon's Gate. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, like, there's a lot of people. Like a lot of the same people are giving advice on YouTube, saying that you need to make this kind of a video. You can't start out making this kind of content. You have to make this kind of content instead. And then once you get popular, you can switch and do like this kind of content. And if you don't do it this way, you're never gonna like get any kind of growth or anything on your channel. And I'm like, what you are basing that on are trends of other popular creators. Those creators were told the same thing when they started their channel, and they decided to say, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna do what I love to do, and I'm gonna make this successful because this is what I love to do. And then they became successful. And then people started saying, okay, now to be successful, you have to do what these other creators are doing. But the only reason that those other creators are currently successful is because they decided to say, you know what, fuck the norms, fuck the trends. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do what my passion is. And I'm going to make that successful. And if you can't see how that can be successful, then you're wrong because I'm going to make it successful. That is what like all of the big name creators have done. And you have all these smaller creators just pointing at the big ones like, no, this is what they did, so that's what you have to do. I'm like, no, it's not what you have to do. Because eventually someone's going to come around and they're going to do something new that nobody has ever seen before, something that everybody else says is going to fail, and they're going to make it the biggest thing on the planet. And then people are going to rewrite their entire mythos and history to then like include that as part of what you have to do to be successful. Like it's going to happen. What is being attacked? They just keep coming from all kinds of directions, don't they? I mean, and that's something that we see over and over and over. Like, not just on YouTube, but throughout history. I'm not as familiar with pro wrestling these days. I have not really followed the pro wrestling scene since what I consider the golden era in the like late 80s, early 90s. Oh, I come up here to deal with you and all of a sudden you leave. I see how it is. I come up here to handle the shit, and they want to peace out. Where'd they come from? Where'd they even come from? Where'd they go? Did you go over here? Did you go over here and get incinerated by my army of flamethrowers and lasers? Like, that was smart. Oh, bugs. I can melt this forest while I'm here. I will take it out on the trees. They make me walk all the way up there, and then they decide to run off and fight the wall instead. Yeah, I mean, the world is littered with these stories of people who, like, they just have these kind of success stories on there. Like, the world is littered with it. And it surprises me to no end when people say that, oh, you've got to do things this way and do this exact thing, or you're never gonna succeed. I'm like, what metric are you basing that on? Because it's not reality. But yeah, that's my little rant on that. Oh yeah, there are so many stories of that exact thing as well. People that tried something and then were said to be a failure at it, and then they just relaunched and were a super success. I mean, we see that in the VTuber industry all the time. HoloLive is considered one of the most successful, if not the most successful company out there. And HoloLive has this thing that I think a lot of people might not realize about that company. is that if one of their talents debuts and is not successful, they'll graduate the talent and then re-debut the talent as somebody else. Like they've done that with a couple of their Japanese talents. They were not considered a success, so they re-debuted the talent as somebody else. It's not something they've done recently, but when they were starting, like a lot of their early talents in like the early generations, they re-debuted some of their talents. Exact same people, just playing a new character. And then the new character was successful. Okay, I need to fix this. Well, what I think it comes down to is like a lot of people just don't realize that success is not really a metric of talent. It's a metric of patience. Okay. Let me walk the wall here, make sure that I've got this set up properly and that these bases over here are defended. Yeah, like that kind of mentality, I can't see myself getting behind it. Like I want to take the YouTube thing and I want to turn it into a job so that I can like support myself with the YouTube career, which is why I'm looking into metrics and what I need to be doing with regards to my channel and growth and stuff, and I'm making changes and stuff like that because I want to turn this into a career. But like I don't want to turn this into like being super rich and famous. What I want to do is entertain people. I want to be able to come on here and talk to people in the audience and just have a conversation and entertain people and make better content. I want my next stream to be better than this stream. And that I think is like what people's goals should be. Not to be like rich and famous and have that as your metric, but just to be better than what you were yesterday, to make better content so that my next content is where are they attacking? Where was this? Oh, this was up there. I need to go just fix that. that whole thing needs to be fixed. Okay. I feel good about that. I don't think they're gonna come for this. A smaller defensive bubble right here. I think if I have enough of these outposts around the outside, like I won't need to protect all of the inside part right here. I don't know. This right here is going to be tricky. Why, thank you, Lojo. I try to be chill most of the time. I've seen people who've had like IT degrees that can't like figure anything out. Like they don't even know the most basic thing. I've seen people who say they're programmers, and like this is the thing to get me. I have an IT degree. I have two of them. I have an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree in computer programming and digital entertainment and game design. That's what I've got my 2 degrees in. And like I went to an absolutely horrible college to get my degrees from, but I know enough about programming that I can pick up a programming language and just learn it because I understand the foundations of programming. But I've encountered so many programmers these days who are just like, oh yeah, I know Python. I'm like, okay, can you program in any other language? And they're like, no, I only know Python. Like, how can you only know Python? Because the fundamentals of programming carry over from one language to the other. I learned how to program in C and C++, and then later I learned Java. And then once I learned C++ and Java through classes, it took me 15 minutes to pick up Python. It took me 15 minutes to pick up any kind of scripting language like JavaScript or ActionScript or MaxScript that I was using in game design because I already knew the fundamentals of programming. Like once you understand, you should be able to pick up anything. But the fact that there are people who have degrees that are going out there and only understanding the ins and outs of one language. Okay, this is where I need to build my next one out. It baffles me. I just replaced all of that stuff and now they're eating it again. These bugs. These bugs. Oh, you better run away. Oh, yo. Oh, now you're trying to. And look at that. The base is already rebuilt. Booyah. Welcome to your world. Yeah, like it baffles me. I'm like, how can you not understand this? like this is basic, right? Well, it's not basic. If you're studying basic in this, but yeah, basic was the wrong term because there is a programming language called basic that nobody understands about because none of these youngins were alive to study basic. I remember BASIC because I got my start with computers with the Commodore 64, so I really remember BASIC. I am out of walls again. Dag nabbit. Always out of walls. Let me just marry that right there and go up this way. Oh my gosh, look at what I'm doing. Just undo all of this. And do it the right way. No, Windows does not run basic commands. I think the current Windows has been written entirely in C++ for a while now. Basic has gone the way of the dinosaur. And it was, I want to say it was the late 80s when Basic started becoming obsolete. Well, delete that right there. But yeah, I want to say it was the late 80s when Basic started to hit its obsolete, because there's so many functions inside of Basic that are just not good. Okay. You need to go down here and scoot. And things about Basic that were replaced were the idea of things like goto. When object orientation became the norm for programming, line-based programming and jumping was quickly made obsolete. So you would have things in Basic that would tell you to like go to a different line. It's a command called goto, right? Where you're running one part and then you need to run another part of the program, so you just tell the program, okay, now go to this line and continue running the program. And that is not how programming is done these days. When object orientation came around, suddenly now everything inside the program is considered an object, and we run the programs based on functions and function calls. And so we have, it's what people are erroneously calling algorithms. Well, not really erroneously, but people call things algorithms without really understanding what algorithm is. But all it is a it's hard to explain without actually going into a class lecture about it. But like the base programming is really easy to understand conceptually. Everything in the program is an object. An object goes all the way. There's an object called object, and everything is an object. So we have something called inheritance, where an object would inherit from another object, and the parent of all objects is object. So everything is an object. But say you had like a car, right? So car would be a child of a parent object called automobile, because every car is an automobile, but not every automobile is a car, because there are also vans and trucks, which are children of automobile, but are not the oh yeah, can't do that. So they're not cars, right? So every car is an automobile, every truck is an automobile, but not every automobile is a car, right? So this is the organizational tree of how things are brought out. And then every object also has attributes. So you have a car, and then you would have like different children of like Ford or like BMW, and then under that you'd have the different models, which are the different children, and then each individual car has attributes like color and like the name of the person that owns it, like how much gas does it have. Like those are all attributes associated with a specific car. So you have attributes associated with an object, and you have objects that inherit from other objects. And the difference between an attribute and an inheritance is if multiple objects of the same type need the same information. Like, the reason that you would inherit a specific type of car from a car object is because all cars need wheels and all cars need doors. So we don't need to make wheels and doors attributes of a particular child object, but we can make it an attribute of a parent object, and then just inherit all of that from the parents. And it's the way that the real world works too. So like when you have a child, your child inherits a lot of stuff from you. So you don't need to like reinvent the wheel every time. This is why it's called object-oriented programming, because everything is surrounding that. And algorithms or functions are taking objects and then manipulating them in a particular way. When it comes to game design, like the character here would be an object, and a function would be walk, right? So we want the character to move. So we write a function that is looking for a particular key press. In this case, when I press the D key, he walks to the right. When I press the A key, he walks to the left. So I have a function that is sitting there listening for key press. And that's what it's called. It's called a listen function. And when it detects the key press, it's like, okay, the person is pressing the A key. We need to make the character walk to the right now. And so the character will move to the right for as long as it detects that the A key is being pressed. It's like, oh, they're pressing D now. We'll make them walk to the left. It's, oh, they're pressing W now. They need to walk up. Oh, now they're pressing S. They need to walk down. Right? And so you have a function that is listening to that. And in some games, if I'm pressing A and then I press D, he'll stop walking. In this game, he changes direction. But if I'm pressing D and I press A, then he doesn't do anything. So what does that tell me about the way that this is programmed? That tells me immediately right there that D has priority over A. So let's see. And both A and D have priority when it comes to up and down. So the way that he wrote this, he didn't write this, he probably wrote this in a switch statement. For this kind of behavior, where D overwrites A, this is probably a switch statement that isn't looking at both sides of that argument. But yeah, I just found a programming problem in Factorio. But yeah, that would just that's a function. That's what a function is. Okay, have I got the walls? Yeah, I got the wall now. So everything that happens in the game is a result of a function. I've always found things like arguments and stuff to be fairly easy to understand. Where programming gets horrible for me is when we start talking about inheritance and recursion and things that should never, ever, ever be mentioned. Although it was kind of like hilarious. My teacher that taught me C++ was Indian. Awesome dude named Rahul. He was amazing. Couldn't say integer, always said integer. But he was an awesome guy. But the class where he was teaching us inheritance, we had a dyslexic person in the class, and I don't know where he thought this was a good idea, but the example that he gave were classes including the letters B, D, Q, and G, and I'm like, why did you pick those letters? And he's like, I'm just going through the list here. And so then he had B was a child of D, and then P was a child of B, and then Q was a child of P, and yeah, it became very confusing very quickly because every P was a D, but not every D was a B. And then we had a dyslexic guy that was sitting right there. He's like, I don't understand any of this. And I'm like, I know, this is stupid. It's kind of funny, probably extremely frustrating for the actual dyslexic dude there. But still, it was kind of funny. Like, how can you couldn't make a worse example of trying to explain this than every P is a D, but not every D is a P. I'm like, yeah. He did go back and rework it with actual words instead of letters. But like in his mind, he didn't see anything wrong with it because we were using letters for everything anyway. And algebra and math use letters all the time. So yeah, just use letters. It's easier to write. But he picked letters that were like flips of each other. And yeah. I've just started to like assume that okay, somebody's probably going to be like dyslexic or something. So like whenever I started to need to like prepare to teach somebody something, I just made the assumption that I was dealing with dyslexia or something like that, and just started preparing everything to be more accessible for that. Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. And like speaking of programming, that might be one reason that I get on with Factorio so well, is the entire team that makes Factorio are programmers. Like if you can't tell by the way this game is structured, all these guys are programmers. I think it's fairly obvious in like the design of this game that it was built by programmers first. especially if you play some of the earlier versions of the game, because there's a lot of like elements that are just basic game design elements that they really didn't include with the game and weren't added until like much later on. Yeah, like I don't have any kind of problem with showing people like the ins and outs of programming with anything these days, really. The thing about programming is you just have to realize what it is and how it works. And you have to be willing to learn when it comes to programming. And not just in a classroom setting. Oh, I didn't connect everything here, did I? Here we go. Because like programming isn't all about just learning in the classroom. Oops. Like what you're going to do and stuff. There we go. A lot of the stuff that you're going to be learning when it comes to programming, you're going to learn on your own. Yeah, I think Factorio would be like a surprisingly good programming tool. Okay. I'm going to need to design something from scratch. Let's go back here. With 8 pieces of wall, I think I need to go back and get more wall. And I wonder if I should like try to connect these two. I don't know. Maybe not. But we'll see. Here comes my wall. Okay. More walls incoming. Oh, they're pulling it straight out of that box. Okay, I can just walk over here and make this like chip way quicker because they're just pulling it out of that box right there. Get back. Let's take all of the wall. I have discovered the source of the wall. Yeah, people are not taught how to learn anymore. They're just taught what's in the book, and like if you don't engage with your students and teach them to love learning, like that's one of the biggest problems in the United States right now, is that children were never taught how to learn, and so they grew up into adults that don't know how to learn. And now we're seeing the resurgence of things like the flat earth. And I'm like, there's no reason that there should be any flat earthers alive today. Like, the fact that there are denotes a failure in our education system. That's a failure on us as a society. That there are people who like don't understand the world on just a fundamental level. I mean, does that work? Right there. I guess it does. Okay. Oh. This is at the wrong spot, which is probably why I was having so much trouble actually building it. That should be right here. Okay, and then okay, cool. And even some of our organizations, like I don't support the organization Mensa. I think IQ is a bad way to judge someone's intelligence. And organizations like Mensa are like they're not good. They're used as examples of what like should be, and like they are absolutely failing. You're not in the US. I think that probably automatically makes you smarter than like the average. Being in the US is not really a thing to be like looked up to anymore, and it's sad to say, but it's true. Okay. you not have power in that corner? And it didn't used to be that way. Once upon a time, the United States had some of the finest minds in the world. But we stopped caring about education. And when a country stops caring about educating their people, that's when the decline of that country really begins. And I understand why the United States stopped caring about education. Because educated people are harder to control. And when you educate your populace, you can't pull the wool over their eyes as easily anymore. And this was something that was realized in history from early on in human history. And it's led to some of the saddest moments in history, because when you look at where science began, and this is gonna sound like a rant, and I don't mean to like insult the religious people, but religion has been the enemy of science since the beginning. If you look at where science began, you can trace it back to the Islamic Golden Age. There were so many scientific advancements that were made during that time. The Muslim people were just the epitome of understanding, and like it was a beautiful time for like the expansion of science and the understanding of the world and how everything works. And we absolutely have the Islamic people to thank for that with the Golden Age. And then they had a change in the way that they taught Islam. And that change made scientific understanding heresy. And it immediately ended that whole time of scientific understanding. All of that immediately came to an end when those changes in Islam went through. And I think it's a loss to the world when that happened. Because of the things that could have come out if we had not like given up our understanding of science to religion is, yeah. Like I don't care what people do or what people worship, but when it affects the good of mankind, then I have an issue with it. And that's pretty much always going to be my stance on that. I don't much care if people like my stance on that or not. That's pretty much always going to be my stance on that. Like, people are free to do whatever they want to do with regards to worship, but you are not free to jeopardize the good of humanity for a personal belief. That is never something I'm going to be okay with. Let's just go ahead and connect that across. Okay. Walk the wall, make sure that we are done up properly here. Okay, speaking of being done up proper, go ahead and finish this, I think. Yeah, because I need 3 belts. Jumping across like this. Okay, and then oh yeah. Now we just connect the belts up here. Okay, lovely, and then it goes through the little splitter rebalancer thingy here, and then booyah, we start getting loaded into boxes. And I'm gonna put a little rebalancer action here. Okay, and then you trains, stations, iron loading. Shipped. All right. Now we have another iron loading station complete and protected. Okay, I need to protect that part. They're starting to come back in. You see the biters getting closer and closer. So I'm thinking of how I'm going to do this. I may just enclose this whole thing. Or I may enclose this. I think the question is building the wall across here. Because I could build that as one separate entity, but then have it share a wall with this entity right there. But then if I do that, I don't need a wall here at all. If I were to build a... Can I get away with building a wall straight through that? And having this as be its own walled off thing. So that means that can be walled off and that can be walled off. I wonder. Because these internal ones here probably won't need walls. But if I build enough outposts, like surround that one and that one and that one and these two, and then surround those three and maybe that one right there. Look at what's happened. Look at this spider base out here. That's crazy. Well, these walls out here are not as substantial as this wall right here. They are not getting into this base. I need the outpost to just be able to fend off any attack that comes their way. But this base has two defenses that these outposts don't have. The outposts only have lasers as their defense. But the base here not only has lasers, but it has flamethrowers and it has artillery turrets. So they're not going to be able to build very close to the base. So like these spider bases that are coming forward, once they get into a certain range, the artillery is going to take over and start making an example of them. These should be generating repair orders. Not sure why they're not. Okay, so let's fix up this corner here. I mean, I think it kind of works for what I'm aiming to do. It'll be fine. I doubt anything's gonna be attacking that corner anyway. Okay. I should fill out the rest of the stations in there. What I need is like a little notepad where I can write things on the side of the screen. Do I have like a notepad? I need a notepad. Okay. At any rate, this is what we're going to save right here, part 25. But we're gonna go look at some mods. Updates to a mod, auto deconstruct. Gonna select this. So I'm gonna turn on some additional mods. Where is? I know I installed it. Formatron, light overhaul, quick through. I just updated it. Where'd it go? Okay, search. Auto. Okay, well it says it's here. Let's confirm and reload. So we're going to turn on a couple more mods for Factorio going forward. I want to put the auto deconstruct mod on there. Provided I can find it in the list. Auto deconstruct. Okay, there it is. So what this does is that when the miners are now out of ore underneath them, it's automatically going to mark them for deconstruction, so that all I have to do is run past them and my nanobots will pick them up. Instead of me having to stop and look for the ones with the red lights and pick them up manually, this is gonna just mark them automatically. And then I was wanting to look at biters. And see if there's... So, overall ion cannon. Explosive biters? That sounds like a bad idea. Biters be gone. I've got that one. Biter factions. So what I'm looking for is someone who's maybe overhauled how biters work. Like I'm not looking to add like new stuff like an attack helicopter or anything, or armored biters yet. But if someone has overhauled how they think, I mean, we don't need to be giving biters enrage. Like I wanted to play pretty much vanilla on this playthrough, and until I get to where I launch the rocket, but I did not change the initial biter like statistics, and you absolutely need to do that, because they the biters were not looked at in depth by the people who made this game. Because when the biters spawn a new base, there's no wait time, it spawns immediately. When the new biters are like spawned in, there's no wait time, it spawns like an entire army of them immediately. Like straight up to account. And I think like they should have taken a look at StarCraft 2 and the Zerg and look at how fast it takes to build like a hatchery, and then how fast you train Zerglings and Hydralisks and all that, and kind of model the biters off of that type of functionality. so that, yeah, the biters can go out and expand and everything, but they can't do it immediately, right? When they go out and they spawn into a new building, it takes time for them to build that base, instead of it just immediately popping up with hundreds of things. So what I'm kind of looking for is someone that, I can't be the first one to have thought about that, right? Like, am I gonna have to be the one that builds the mod that balances the biters out? Let's see. Robot attrition. I don't know why anybody would put that on there. Factorio is supposed to be like an entire like new mod package. This is, you remember Lojo and I were talking the other day about the text, and I said there was a thing in the game that put down text plates where you can do stuff. That's what this is. I'm going to install this because I can use this to mark parts in the factory with just text. I mean, if you don't build the right things, dealing with Zerglings is fairly terrible. Vehicle snap. I'm going to install. What this does is it makes the vehicle snap to one of 8 directions. Because driving in straight lines is good. Milestones. Not really looking for that. I've got a better version of that. Flow control. I mean, this seems like it might be interesting. Pipes with restricted connections. I'm gonna install that, but turn it off. What is this? So there was that. Rampant. This seems like it might do it. Oh, no worries. Like I am always down to chat with anybody that's in chat. And you get a cute little fox at the bottom of the screen now. Whenever somebody is in chat and they're chatting, they get a cute little fox that appears at the bottom of the screen, and it walks around and it chats. And there's a bunch of different commands that you can give it. Here is the command list. So you can make it like jump and like do things, and like I can like pick you up and move you around and like do cool things. I can drop bombs that blow everything up, or I can like pin you to places. New doink. So yeah, I can have fun with the little fox guys. Rampant evolution seems like an interesting thing. So I'm gonna install rampant, and I'm gonna install rampant evolution. Okay, and then back out here. I'm gonna turn these off right now. And what was the other one? Drills. Flow control. I'll turn that off. Okay. Now we'll reload with the mods that I just put in. I'm gonna do some tests with rampant to see how they play out. Okay. So I need to find my car, which is all the way out there. So let's go get the car and bring it back to the base. I need some background music. That's something that I can work on tonight. Yes, cool little fursona. My little guy has been spitting out hearts ever since yesterday. I think he's broken. I don't know why he is spitting out hearts. I probably need to drive up there and fix that base. We will do that. Oh, cool. It snaps me to a line. Okay, so I can travel in any direction I want, but if I'm not traveling along a like straight line, it'll snap me to that direction. That actually makes it a lot easier to control. Oops. That was a cheat. That achievement is called Run Forest Run. Destroy 100 trees by impact. Just drive along the wall here. Get some repairs done. This whole thing up here needs to be just redesigned. Driving this car is difficult. There we go. Step back. Do that. There we go. Oops. Didn't I clear out all these trees? Did these trees regrow? I seem to distinctly remember clearing out these trees. I am crashing into all of the things. Stop it. I'm stuck. Why am I stuck? There we go. Lots of repair work. Do that. Okay. I can see a lot of similarities between VTubing and pro wrestling. Gonna delete the rock with the cart. Okay, we'll just do this. Okay. I think trees are definitely regrowing. I didn't know trees did that in this game. Okay. Well, we've made some decent progress. We've got this walled off, and we've got that walled off. This super base over here is concerning still. Where are we with regards to you? I mean, gold text? Uranium text? Science has stopped. A lot of the production inside the facility has stopped. I need to finish getting all the train stations and everything built up. They will be bringing me things. Okay. We will go to our customary waypoint. For the past several streams, I've been ending all of them. The only real type of landscaping that you can do is destroying cliff sides. And yes, the nanomachines can automatically destroy cliff sides. You need a bunch of grenades to do it. Throw that in there. But they can absolutely auto destroy the sides. Also, they can place landfills. Look at all of the arrows that are pointing to all of these different alerts. But anyway, that's what I'm going to call the stream for today. Not as long as some of my other streams, but we've been going for about 3 hours, about 3 hours of Factorio. That's a decent stream, I think. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to be playing Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, continuing that storyline, story. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that game. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. I will catch you guys tomorrow for the Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Nari out.